the beautiful animation is not going to cover up that there's a lack of plot, there's a lack of development, and the characters are not memorable. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Aaliyah, and here we do whatever we want. Now, I am currently in the process of creating my own anime, going through right now story development and just trying to get the manuscript to a place where my story is well developed. In the meantime, while we wait on that, I thought it would be super cool to just review some of the mangas and animations that I really like, that have come out or that have been out for a while now. So today I will be reviewing Wistoria's Wand and Sword. Wistoria's Wand and Sword is a Japanese manga that aired in the summer of 2024. This story follows a main character named Will Serfold, who is attending this great magic school. And he desires to become a Magia Vander, which is a very highly skilled mage who is able to wield magic. Why does he want to do this? Because his childhood friend, he made a promise with her and he wants to meet her up there. His childhood friend, she is well versed, naturally skilled in magic. And so, from the very time they enrolled in this school, she left him behind and she went up in this high tower. And in this high tower, she's watching over him and wanting him and expecting him really to just rise through the ranks and meet her so they could stand together. The main character of this story is Will Serfold. Again, Will is a young man living in a world full of magic users, but he has absolutely no magic ability. Instead, he has superhuman strength and exceptional sword skills. You can almost kind of compare him or call him a lesser Asta, right? He doesn't shout and scream as much, but that's the vibe where he's giving. We've seen this character before, so it's not entirely uncommon. And his sword skills come from training in this tower, which we've seen before in some other very notable animes. Taking a company or entering a tower by yourself full of magical beasts, and as you defeat them, you level up. And so it's the same thing for Will. Since he has no magical abilities and he's bullied in his school because he can't use magic, his teachers hate him, his classmates hate him, he has to earn credits through going to the dungeon, killing things, and bringing them back, and then he gets praxis points. Praxis with an X is considered like your physical ability points. And so his are like, of course, OP, but his magic is very minimal. In the world of Wistoria, there is no such thing as a knight. You're either a mage or you are nothing. The discriminated class in this world is anybody who can't use magic. Well, this is reflected in how the mages and the elves treat the dwarves who come from a different realm. But the dwarves are your typical knights, they use swords to fight. And the dwarves came to the mages' realm looking for refuge. They were ultimately slayed and defeated by magic. Now, they would be considered the demographic that is being discriminated against. Again, magic is everything in this world. So we see Will, he is facing the same sort of discrimination that the dwarves are facing. And so we get this scene, I can't remember what episode, I'll put it in on the video, but he's working, I guess, to provide some sort of living for himself. That's never really explained, but he's working at a tavern with the dwarves. He's found some camaraderie between them because he understands. And this isn't mentioned that he's working there until there's another arc. Him. And the thing that's annoying about this main character, Will, is that he never fights back. He just accepts the bullying. It's kind of like he's so tunnel vision on becoming a Magia Vander that the bullying and the suffering he's enduring is glossed over. It's not like it doesn't affect him, but it's also like he's accepted his fate. He's not fighting back. The only time we ever see this character get excited or upset and unleash some type of ability is when his ability to climb the tower and reach his friend is impeded. Otherwise, he's just a rag doll. He doesn't care how people treat him. And not even being bullied helps foster his growth because he's already so OP in his sword skills. There's nothing really he has to learn about fighting against magic that can't be learned on the battlefield. And he picks things up quickly. So it's like each arc that he fights, he overcomes it easily and overpowers it by remembering his friend. Now, let's talk about pacing. The pacing in this anime was terrible. I even, as a non manga reader, I even took a look at the mangas and I realized, wow, each episode is about a full volume. That means the mangas are just as fast paced as the animation. And there's nothing you can really do there, especially if you're following the story to canon, which they were. Season 1 followed the manga up until volume 8. I personally believe that was, for me, kind of annoying. Like, if I didn't get what I needed from the animation, I should be able to go to the book or the manga and get the other pieces that the animation missed. And there was none. They literally licked the plate clean, no crumbs left. That was the entire story. I wasn't drawn to any of the main characters. I was not invested in any of the characters except the Magia Vanter because there are just some things about them we don't know. They're new. We haven't learned their history or their background. We haven't seen them in action. And I'm always excited to learn about the people who are in higher places. And I'm hoping that they develop these characters more, especially Zio and Carriot. In one season, we've had a teacher versus student arc. We've had an enemy to friends arc, a relatively high stakes school event arc, and a dungeon arc, all in one season. Not to mention, episode 12 of the season, there are these mysterious, seriously OP'd villains that are at the bottom of the dungeon that we know nothing about. And then there's this mysterious guy at the very end also who knows about the sword and knows the the lore behind Wistoria's wand and sword. And so I was just left feeling like nothing was set up appropriately. The story was paced so fast that I don't know what we're doing. Everything was very shallow, I guess what I'm saying. And that's not what I like anime to be. I like there to be time taken to develop the characters and the story because now the only reason I'm watching is because it's beautifully animated. But if we really want to talk about things, there's nothing for us to discuss. There's no fandom discussion, there's no lore or ideas that come up off the top of my mind. The story was just like, boom, resolve, boom, resolve, boom, resolve. Like the story should be so rich with character development and plot that it should take one 12 or in even a 26 episode season to flesh out one arc and half of another. I think that it is appropriate for the way manga is set up, and this story just lacked that. Not to mention, when they're not fighting, there's a hint at this unrequited love triangle slash romance between Will and his friend at school and the person that he's living with. And that I felt like was just thrown in there. For me, as an anime watcher, some of my favorite seasons or favorite animations were the ones that made me go back and rewatch. And honestly, the only ones I've ever rewatched are like Attack on Titan and Violet Evergarden, and even parts of Bleach, because they were so well written and so well done. I don't know if the animation market is trying to cater to international audiences and just pumping out story after story after story, but it's like I would prefer anime and creators and studios to tell their fandoms, you're gonna have to wait. But what would I give Wistoria's wand and sword? Right now, it's sitting at a 4 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching this just like impromptu video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you in the next one.